Hello, welcome. I am 29 and I had a hysterectomy. I intended to film much more of the process while it was happening, but I'm not used to filming my life, so I forgot. I did get a few clips from the day before surgery and the morning of surgery, and my dad took one clip in the hospital where I don't even remember taking that video. I'm so out of it. So I'll put those in here, but I want to tell you guys about surgery. I think this video will be everything from the day before through the day of surgery. So pre-op and op. I'm gonna make a separate post-op video. So I'm also, I don't know the order that I'm gonna post things, but I'm also gonna make a video explaining why, going into detail of my journey to get here, of having a hysterectomy. But basically I was having excessive bleeding and pain, and so I have tried many other options before getting to this point, and as someone who has known for a very long time that I don't want to have children, I just decided that this was the best option for me at this point. So I'm 29, single, no children, and I no longer have a uterus. So pre-op, I'm mainly going to talk about the day before, but I do want to say there was a few extra things I had to do the week leading up to my surgery. I guess I'll talk about those. So because I was bleeding so much, which is why I had the hysterectomy, I was severely anemic. I was taking iron supplements, and I just couldn't keep up. So I had to go get an iron transfusion, not really sure of the term, one of those two. I had to get an IV with iron in it the week before my surgery. That my levels were so low that they were like, you will need multiple of these to get your levels back to normal, but my doctor wanted me to do at least one before surgery to try to get them up at least a little bit. So I had to do that, and then I had to go to the hospital the week before for pre-op testing. I had to get an EKG done and blood work. So I did that. So that was the week before. The day before I had my pre-op appointment with my doctor, I had to do bowel prep the day before, starting at noon. So I was able to eat before that. So I had a bagel with vegan dairy-free cream cheese and a dairy-free yogurt with granola in the morning. And then I went to my doctor for my pre-op. She did one last ultrasound just to take one last look, and as to the extent that she could know what she was going into the next day. And then we just talked about what to expect in surgery. She had sent my pain med prescriptions to the pharmacy earlier in the week so that I wouldn't have to go pick them up after surgery. So I already had those. I did not want to take any narcotics, so I was just taking essentially a prescription strength, kind of Aleve Advil type thing. So I had picked that up, and I had picked up the prescription for my bowel prep. Gross. I will either, the clips will have already played from that, or I'll play them after this. Not fun. If you get a choice in what kind of bowel prep you can do, don't do Clenpiq, however it's pronounced, CLENPIQ. if you don't like cranberry flavored things, because it was not for me. Okay, what time is it? It's 12:46. My surgery is scheduled for 12 o'clock tomorrow. So we are a little less than 24 hours away from surgery. Big day. Not a fun day the day before surgery. I have to do a bowel prep, which is 2 of these bottles. This is called Clenpiq, Clenpiq, probably pronouncing that incorrectly. This is the 3rd time that I've had to do a bowel prep, and every time I'm given a different kind of prep. The first time was a bottle of, I think it's called magnesium citrate, again, probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but it was just like a bottle of magnesium, whatever the C word is, not the bad C word, and I had to drink 1 bottle of that. That was before my endometriosis surgery in 2018. Then in 2018, I also had a colonoscopy, and for that I had to take Miralax. That was awful. I don't ever want to do that again. And now here we are, round 3. This one is, I have to drink 2 of these bottles, like a few hours apart. So I'm gonna drink the first one now. It says it's cranberry flavor. I don't really like flavored drinks. I'm a big water girly. Usually any sort of like flavored drink makes me nauseous. So why can't I open this? We'll see how this goes if I can open it. Otherwise, I'm pushing down. What the hell? Okay, I got it open. Oh, it's strong. It's not even near me. It's strong. It smells. No, I don't know that I can do this. No, I don't know that I could do it. Oh my God. Okay. We're just gonna have to, oh, I can even smell it without breathing through my nose. Oh, why does it have to be cranberry flavored? Oh my God. The first one that I did, the magnesium citrate, whatever it was like lemon flavored, and it wasn't that strong. This is, oh my God, the smell. Okay. I don't know that I could do this. I mean, I have to, but okay. No, that is not for me. Oh my God, that's disgusting. Okay, ew, okay. Who invented this? Oh my God. It seems like a small bottle, but I don't even know if I'm halfway done. It has like an aftertaste. It tastes like poop. This is disgusting. Oh, this is horrible. Actually horrible. So yeah, I had my appointment with my doctor. She explained everything, what to expect for recovery, all of that. Drove home, started the bowel prep. Once you start the bowel prep, you can't eat anything. So I couldn't eat anything afternoon. I did drink a lot of water. That is a helpful tip for bowel prep since I've done it 3 times. Drink lots and lots of water. It will not work if you're not drinking water. And also, like, you're going into surgery the next day, so you want to be as hydrated as possible, especially because they're gonna like cut you off from drinking water at some point too. So yeah, the day before I did my bowel prep, and I packed a bag for surgery. I'm gonna make a separate video explaining what was in my bag, so I don't want this to be too long. But yeah, my surgery, I was told ahead of time, was gonna be, as most laparoscopic surgeries are, was gonna be just a day procedure, same day procedure, meaning you go home the same day. But you never know when you're having any kind of surgery. Anything can happen. You could end up needing to spend the night. So anytime I'm having surgery like that, I prepare as if I'm gonna have to spend the night just in case. So I'll walk you guys through that in another video. But packed my bag, and yeah. Day of surgery, I took a video the morning of surgery, so I'll insert that. Good morning. Well, it's morning for me. I don't know what time you're watching this, but it is 5:51 a.m. Wednesday, December 6th, aka surgery day. Big day, it's finally here. Bowel prep sucked. That was my third time doing a bowel prep, and that was by far the worst. In terms of like the actual liquid itself, the taste of it was vile. So yeah, yesterday was rough. But today's a new day, and hopefully everything goes well today. My surgery is scheduled for 12 o'clock, and the hospital is like an hour and a half, 2 hours away, depends on traffic. And they said I should get there at like 9:30. So I'm gonna leave at 7:30. So I have an hour and a half left before it's time to go. I packed my bag. I was gonna make a video right now showing you guys what's in my bag, but I don't want to like unpack the whole thing. So maybe I'll just do that when I'm feeling better. I have my, let's see if I can get this. Here to cancel my monthly subscription is my shirt for today. Obviously I can't wear it into surgery, but I'm gonna wear it to the hospital. I'm having a robotic laparoscopic hysterectomy. My last endo surgery was laparoscopic, but it was not robotic. And so with that surgery, I had 3 incisions, one in my belly button, one on my left side, and one like right above my pubic bone. The belly button obviously didn't leave a scar. The only scar I have from that is on my left side, and it's very small. Let me see if I can like show you guys. So that's the scar, which like you can't see it from far away. It's very small. When I was at my pre-op appointment yesterday, she said they'll do another incision near there, another one in the belly button, another one on my right side, which I didn't have before, and then one like a little further up that's like much smaller just for the camera, I think. So I think it's like 4 or 5 incisions this time, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm like a lot less anxious than I thought I was gonna be when I woke up this morning. Obviously I still have several hours to go before surgery, so anxiety levels are subject to change. But yeah, I'm happy. It's going to be a good day. So yeah, see you later. I felt like very calm the morning of surgery. I felt like very at peace and like this was the right thing for me to do, and I like wasn't nervous. What is my hair doing? I was not nervous at all, which is very unlike me. I have really bad anxiety in general, and especially like really bad anxiety when it comes to medical stuff. So I went to the hospital, I went to pre-op, and they put my IV in me. Well, they had me change. You have to change into your like gown and your like socks that you wear at surgery. And then they put the IV in me pretty much right away. And they take your blood pressure, they do all that stuff. And then at some point the doctor will come and the anesthesiologist will come and talk to you. I was supposed to have surgery at 12. Unfortunately, the surgery before me was running behind, so I did not go in at 12. I think they took me back around 1:15, and the surgery didn't actually start until 2. So it's a bit delayed, but it happens. It happened with my last surgery too. So, what was I saying? Yeah, my surgery was delayed. I spoke to the anesthesiologist beforehand. I told her about the fact that I was anemic, and the procedure that I had in August 4 months ago was very quick. It was a hysteroscopy and DNC, and it was like, I don't know, like 10-15 minutes that I was under anesthesia. And I had a really hard time coming out of the anesthesia after that. My blood pressure was really low for a long time. And that was like a very quick procedure. I knew this one I was gonna be under for a lot longer. And my last endo surgery in 2018, when I was under for like almost 4 hours, and I wasn't as anemic then, my blood pressure was really low for a long time. Make sure you tell your anesthesiologist anything about any prior times you've been under anesthesia. I always think the more information, the better. It might seem like not that important to you, but it could be important to them. Like, this is anesthesia. There's a lot that could affect it. So I told them everything. I also have like thrown up from anesthesia in the past. So because of my anemia and my issues with my blood pressure after prior procedures with anesthesia, she was like, we're gonna have to put an arterial line in you and some extra IVs. And at that point, I then started to cry and freak out. I was doing really well up until then, but I don't like needles. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like needles. I have a lot of piercings. I don't like, can't even say it. I don't like needles in my like veins and stuff. I don't like IVs, all that stuff freaks me out. So she was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do an arterial line and probably like extra IVs. And I was like, don't love that, and started crying. But it was fine. Anyway, so yeah, tell your anesthesiologist everything, because they might need to take some extra steps. That made me anxious, but also like, I was like, all right, they're doing this to make sure that I survive anesthesia. So you want to make sure they're doing everything to keep you safe. Then I spoke to my doctor, and she's a minimally invasive gynecological surgeon. She also had a general surgeon assisting her in case there was anything going on with like my bowel or anything. So I met with him, spoke to him, and then they're like, all right, let's do this. and they walked me to surgery. This was in a different hospital than my last surgery, and they did the same thing last time too. I'm sure it varies from hospital to hospital, but in both of these, they had me walk from my pre-op room to the operating room. Yeah, they put on a little cap on your head to cover your hair, and then the nurses walk you to the operating room. You walk in. It's kind of scary looking, I'm not gonna lie. It's like very bright, and there's all the like instruments around, so try not to look at that if you don't like medical stuff. And then you get on the table, you lay down, and the anesthesiologist was like, okay, I'm gonna give you this stuff that's probably gonna make you feel drunk. And I was like, interesting. I've never gotten that before. Usually I've been under anesthesia 5 or 6 times, and every time I remember being like anxious, and then they put like the mask on me and they're like, start counting down from 10, and usually I get to like 7, and then that's the last thing I remember. But this time she was like, I'm putting this stuff in your IV that's gonna make you feel drunk. I was like, okay. And she was right, I did feel drunk, and that's the last thing I remember. I don't remember them putting the mask on me, telling me to count down, anything like that, which I honestly prefer, because the mask makes me like a little claustrophobic. So my like not pre-op, but like my in the operating room right before I go under experience was much better this time. And then I guess she like gave me, I think, some more of that stuff at the end of my surgery, because I woke up very loopy and like I was acting like I was drunk, which I know you probably see videos of people like after they get their wisdom teeth out, acting all like high. When I got my wisdom teeth out, I did have that happen, because that's like a different kind of anesthesia. But any like procedures I've had in a hospital, I don't ever feel like that when I wake up. I'm usually like anxious and nauseous and freaking out. But I don't remember like my first hour after surgery, which is great, because it's been so awful in the past. So I'm really glad that I told my anesthesiologist like everything from my past experiences, because she definitely like did everything she could to make this a better experience. So go her. I don't know her name, I don't remember her name, but she was fantastic. I woke up, I was in the PACU, I think that's what it's called, for like an hour. Then they brought me back to my hospital room. My parents were there, and they had already taken out the arterial line and one or two of the IVs, either while I was asleep or in the PACU room, and I just don't remember it, which is great, because it freaks me out when they take it out too. So I just had, oh no, I don't want to look at it. My hand had one of my hands had 2 IVs in it. I don't remember if both of them were still in after and they had to take 2 out or just 1, but the IV in my other arm and the arterial line were definitely out. So that was good. I felt good when I woke up, from what I remember. I really wasn't in a ton of pain. I was in pain, obviously, like you're not gonna have 0 pain, but it was more just like discomfort than anything. I will insert the one clip I have of me from after surgery in the hospital. I look rough. I don't remember taking this video, but for educational purposes, I will share that with you all.
Hello, Sammy.
Hi.
How you feeling?
I'm okay.
You're about less than an hour out of the operation, which was a big success. How you feeling?
Tired, a little bit of pain, but not terrible. And my throat hurts a little, but it's not bad.
You happy it's over?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
See you on the flip side.
Honestly, the thing that I remember bothering me the most was my throat, which happened to me last time too. You get like intubated when you're going to be under anesthesia like that. and the like tube irritates my throat. So honestly, like my throat was hurting more than anything, which I will add this in my video of like what to bring to surgery. Make sure you have cough drops, because that was very helpful. So yeah, they brought me back to my room, gave me like IV fluids and stuff, and then they essentially just have to wait for you to be able to pee, because you can't leave without peeing when you've had a catheter in during surgery. So you have to just be able to pee on your own, and then you can leave. So I would say like an hour in, I tried going, couldn't go, and then they gave me another IV bag, and I started drinking some water from like a water bottle too, and I would say maybe like a half hour, 45 minutes after that, I went, no problem. And then they're like, all right, you're good to go. And so yeah, surgery went as well as it could have gone. I haven't had my post-op appointment yet to like go over everything with my doctor. So once I do that, I will update you guys. I don't have like the pathology back or anything, but what my doctor said was, I FaceTimed her the morning after surgery when I was home, which was amazing. She's amazing. I FaceTimed her and she said everything went really well during surgery. She removed my uterus and my cervix and my fallopian tubes without any issues. Her and the general surgeon looked over like everywhere throughout my body for endo or any other possible issues like scar tissue from my previous surgeries or anything like that. There were no issues with like my bowel, my bladder, anything like that, which is great. There were three, I think she said 3 spots that she ended up excising. We'll see when pathology comes back. She was like, they could be like early stage endo coming back, or they could just be scar tissue from your previous surgeries. So we'll see, but still that's like really minimal. And I didn't have any cysts on my ovaries or anything. My ovaries looked great. So yeah, my surgery was, I think, like exactly 2 hours from like when I was put under to when I was done. So yeah, it went really well. I think that's it. I woke up with only 4 incisions. I was told I was gonna have 5, but I only had 4. One of them is the belly button, and so you have like steri strips on the other incisions, and then just like a gauze pad over your belly button, or at least that's what I did, and that's what I remember from my last surgery too. And so they're like, leave the gauze on your belly button for like 24 hours and then take that off, because you just have like the stitches inside of your belly button, and then the steri strips and the other 3 incisions, leave them on, they'll fall off on their own. Trying to think if there's anything else. For the drive home, if you were driving home that night, bring a pillow to put in between your stomach and the seatbelt. I did this for my last surgery too. It is so necessary. Like if there's anything you cannot forget, it is that. Because the seatbelt can go like right on your incisions, and you do not want that. So bring a pillow, it helps tremendously. The drive home was a little rough. It was like an hour and a half. Hit a few potholes where I was like, that was not a pleasant feeling. But it was fine. Honestly, I'm glad I went home that same night. I was really not in much pain at all. I think like the same day of surgery, you probably still have some of the anesthesia and like all of the good meds from your IV in you. So I think that night you're honestly in like the best position to go home. I think the following day my pain was a little worse. So if I had stayed, like I think it would have been harder to get home. And same thing with my first surgery, I felt the same way. So that's my best piece of advice for that. Obviously, if your doctors tell you you have to spend the night or whatever, like that's a different situation. But if they give you the option to leave and you're like, oh, I don't know, maybe I should wait a day, like from my experience, the next day is worse. So don't do that. When I had my first endo surgery, I had watched a ton of YouTube videos, read people's posts, whatever. And a lot of people had said, like, as soon as they woke up from surgery, they immediately felt better. Like, they were in the pain from surgery, but they could feel that, like, their endo pain was gone. And I didn't really experience that. Like, certain issues from my endo definitely went away and got better. But I was in a lot of pain after my first endo surgery. I had such bad cramps. And so I was like, are these people crazy? Like, I don't get it. And now I get it, because now when I had this surgery, like immediately when I woke up, well, at least first thing I remember, because I don't remember the first like hour that I was awake, I remember being like, my pain is gone. Like the pain that I've been experiencing, that I have suspected was uterine pain this whole time, and had some doctors doubt that, was gone. And I was like, I couldn't believe the immediate relief that I felt. So regardless of how the pathology comes back, I know that this was the right decision, and I know that my pain, at least majority of it, was coming from my uterus, and that needed to be yeeted, because I can't explain how much immediate relief I got from this surgery. So yeah, thanks for watching.